It's L and R to restart. Okay. So I have a completed save file for this this ROM, and it makes it so it's not just an A press to get into the level. I have to actually do L and R, which I did not realize until just now. I did do good in the race. I was surprised. That was a really fun race level. I went back through and replayed it immediately after the race was over. And it's just so consistent once you know what you're doing. Big jump. So you don't override a checkpoint by accident. Gotcha. Actually, that's probably not the reason. It's probably just so that as they're participating in the relay, they're not accidentally going back into a level they've already done. Which wouldn't be a huge deal during the relay, but I don't know, save a little bit of time. Trying to get my Mario legs underneath me again. I've got to hit that block to stop that falling block where it was. There we go, in the pipe. This is kind of a unique section. We've got these falling blocks that I have to climb up. In addition, we have falling pipes, which I've never seen before. I think they were created specifically for these relay race levels. And seeing something that falls into place and then you can walk inside of it, it's just, it blows my mind that it's even possible. Because none of this stuff is part of the base game, like these falling blocks. They were custom code that got added in. But it works really, really well. I've got to make sure I hit all of these blocks though, because I need the pipe to land in the proper place, and then I also have to have floor in front of the pipe to be able to go into it. So it's a complicated situation. I keep jumping just a tiny bit too early to hit that second block up there. So close. It's probably the hardest jump in this section. Getting around into that pipe. There we go. Got a cape now. We build up P speed to do some spin flight up here. And then we just keep climbing up above these. Now this pipe drops into place. If I go in that pipe, it drops me in the lava. So I want to avoid doing that. I have to grab one of these grab blocks on the left side here. It's the only way I'm going to get past that turn block. Barely made it in that pipe. Let that fall into place, go through here, and just jump to the goal. Very nice. That's such a fun level. That's a really good way to start the race, because you've got the weird falling pipes, but everything else in there is just kind of normal, and you know what to expect with it. This level is a little different. We've got a brand new mechanic in here, and what's going to happen, it'll explain as I grab these shoes right here. Whenever I jump and land, it creates a shockwave that launches all sprites high in the sky. So you can see these rocks that are in front of this pipe. When I land on the ground, they get pushed up in the air, and I can just keep jumping and keep pushing them up. And that's what this whole level is built around. So I gotta get this Chuck out of the way, and I'll bounce off his head and avoid having any of these sprites fall on me. A little bit slow getting out of the way of that magic there. Gotta go in that door really fast or the boo comes up and kills me. Now this Yoshi, I need him to eat all 3 of those berries without getting him too high up, because I can actually get this Yoshi too high, it gets stuck on that cloud up at the top. So instead, I trigger the Yoshi, let him eat all the berries, grab him, we'll eat this berry. Baby Yoshis have to eat 5 things before they grow up into adult Yoshi, and I'm going to need him to be an adult a little bit later on here. Right here. That's such a cool part. Alright, I need P-Speed here. These little spiky guys are bouncing up to try to get me, and I'm in the pipe. If I touch the ground here, that orb gets launched up in the air. So I need to jump to the water first and then straight over to the orb. That's a really good ending because it will kill the unsuspecting player. But if you take the time to think about what's going to happen, you can get that on the first shot. Even if you don't, there's a checkpoint at the beginning of that area, so you can retry very quickly if you do mess it up. That's fun. Horse Flying Disorder, DSM 5TR. This level, it is insane that it made it into a relay race during a marathon, because if you were just to put this level in front of somebody, I don't think that the average player would even have a prayer of being able to complete it. And I'll show you what I mean inside here. We've got some very advanced flying mechanics that we have to deal with. I've already messed up. Hey, Epic Texan. So it's actually a part of the vanilla game, but you actually have the ability to do regular cape flight on Yoshi's back. It's just a matter of knowing how to use it, and also how to initiate that kind of flight in the first place. I'd be able to do some of this stuff in the vanilla game, but it would not be easy. It's basically just because I have a good setup for it, and I know what I'm doing, that I can keep Yoshi flying the way he needs to. Got through it quick? Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, once you know what you're doing, this level is not too bad. This was my first exposure to this type of Yoshi cape flight in a Kaizo setting. So it took me some time to learn it the first time around. You actually need to tongue with Yoshi as you're flying to be able to do Yoshi cape flight. And the reason you have to is when Yoshi has his tongue stuck out, he will not turn around. And ordinarily, if you try to pull back to do a cape swoop, Yoshi turns around and kind of messes up your flight. This is a custom sprite. They made this for the race, the relay race. I'm not entirely sure what the significance of the helmet is, but it's probably my phone's lagging. TikTok is the worst streaming platform, and for gamers, I have to do, for streaming video games, I have to do some weird workarounds, and every streaming method that I have available to me involves streaming from my phone, so it's all terrible. And I don't have a top-of-the-line phone, so what happens is that my phone just kind of chokes to death, and there's nothing I can do about it. I like to complain about it at every opportunity in case anybody from TikTok is paying attention. And there we go. That level is actually pretty hard on my hands because I have to be holding down a lot of buttons at once. Super fun once you know what you're doing, though. And then here we have Cyberkinesis, probably the most impressive level from the relay race. No, it's my phone, because I can see it happening on my phone. So what we have inside here, it's a mechanic that existed before this relay race. It's not something that had ever been put into a Kaizo level before. The Super Nintendo has a special graphics mode. It's titled Mode 7, and what it does is it allows rotation, stretching, and skewing of graphics, and it's kind of wild to see. That might not look like much if you're used to modern games, but for that to happen in Super Mario World, wild. So cool. I really, really like this level. Just seeing this, it fills me with ideas for possibilities of using this kind of stuff in other levels. It's just so cool. There's a lot of trickery that's happening behind the scenes here to actually make this work. It's a survival section. I'm waiting for this green Koopa. And up to the door. I really don't like sliding off the edge of a slope like that. It's a little deceptive about where you can actually jump from. Cool. I need to catch back up to that bullet. I might be too slow. Yeah, a little bit too slow. I caught the bullet, but it was too far ahead for me to actually use it. That time I was too fast. You can sort of see a little bit of the trickery that's happening. Because what's happening is that when I collect those kind of yellow orbs and the screen changes, I'm actually being teleported to another place. And the graphic distortion is just disguising that. Oh, almost made it. Zooms way, way in there. That's so cool. Orb. That's... It's tough to say. It's tough to pick because these levels are all really, really good. That's probably my favorite level of the bunch. GG. Sorry, I'm checking on one thing real quick here. Let's see. There we go. All right. Thrice Ghosted by Maddie, allegedly. So we've got some Yoshi's Island graphics and enemies and music. This gravity flipping, it's something that I have seen before. I think it's in River Song. I think it's River Song that I'm thinking of. If it's not River Song, it's like Corgi Butts or something. Okay. So this is a dual function P-switch. It is both turning blocks into coins and vice versa, and it's also flipping gravity when I hit it. It's a short P-switch, so it expires pretty quickly. H. And here I'm going to be on the bottom of this winged platform. Ah, just missed. Now, where this little ghosty guy is floating around at, I can actually hit him on the way down. If I do that, it prevents me from getting that checkpoint. This is actually a very nice checkpoint to have because it's right before the end of this section. Well, I guess not the end of the section, but that's not an easy part right there. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's maybe a little bit wasted on me because I've interacted with this this gravity flipping mechanic a lot, but it is very well put together. It's also about to get better. All right. Oops. Hey, True Norse Cowboy. Good to see you again. This is a pretty hard climb on the far right. We have to jump up a bunch of these floating ghosty guys in a row. And what makes it difficult is I can hit my head on the next one very easily. So I have to kind of dodge around these as I'm jumping up. This is, I would say, probably the hardest individual section of this level.
A few moments later.
Classic. All right. You have to be pretty quick there, because I do still need to be spinning on that Eerie. Yo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And with that, I'm done with the Eerie. So now I can see the goal. I just need to bounce off these bats. Yeah, there's a solid line of those blocks there, so you're not getting past it. Quickly done, Summer Games. Please clap. You are now approaching the final obstacle. Are you ready? It's a fish! That wasn't it. Alright, so here's our final obstacle. I don't really have any control over my falling speed here, so I have to time this very carefully to get through the spikes. Now keep in mind, this level was created as part of a marathon, a speedrunning marathon, where it was played in front of an audience of, it was like 70,000 people. These spikes aren't real, by the way. But that's a pretty fun way to end that level. Alright, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. This level is called Ode to Lesbian Worm. I don't quite understand the name of it, but it's pretty fun. We are going to see... There's a series of snake blocks, or the lesbian worm, that are death blocks that travel along a set path, and I need to avoid it as I'm making my way over to the right here. And it also starts moving a little more erratically. During the relay race that these were originally aired during, there was a 15-minute time limit for one of two teams of very, very talented players to be able to beat these levels. I want to say that this level came the closest to stumping both of the teams. It's pretty hard. Alright, I'm gonna wait for this swamp here and jump up behind it. It does have lesbian colors. Which goes at least part of the way to explaining the name. Alright, now this pipe is very difficult to get into. I only have one opportunity to do it. I forgot my timer. Oh well. And we are transforming again in the level, and I'm riding this this lesbian worm straight up. Yeah, I think it is a reference to something. I might not be as immersed in the SMW community to know what the reference is. Or some other community. Hi, Farmer Bree. Now, as I'm riding that snake block up, I do have to keep walking to the left and right to stay on it. It does not carry me automatically. So this is another pretty challenging section here. I really like this this baseball chuck who falls. When you jump above a baseball chuck, he automatically jumps to try to start throwing baseballs at you. And it actually doesn't matter if he's on the ground or not. He'll jump even if he's just in midair. Gives me an easier jump off of him. Oh, that's a tough jump up to that orb. Just barely missed it. I don't know exactly what you would call the music in this level, but it's certainly not traditional. Noom, the wall said. Toby Fox core. Is this Undertale music? It seems most of the time when I don't know what a song is from, there's at least a solid bet that it is Undertale music. Hey, got that orb. That is a tough jump to make. Gotta make sure you don't hit your head and that you get enough distance. It wouldn't surprise me. Alright, and this is a level called Conga Kaizo. It's made by D to the Fourth. D to the Fourth is one of the most talented developers that we have in the Super Mario World community. She is her work that she puts into new things in the game is legendary. So if you're familiar with Crypto the Necrodancer, oh. Let me actually, I'm gonna reset this real quick because I'm starting in a different place than I want to. Gotta go Google Undertale. There's a lot of Undertale out there. I'm gonna see if I can make this work. Because I want to start from the beginning of that level to be able to explain what's actually happening in it. I'm worried that this might be trying to use controller 2, but we'll see. Alright, so you can kind of see that the background is changing along with the beat of the music. We're also going to see some enemies in here that move in time with the music, just like Crypto the Necrodancer. And we have these star blocks that take me back to the beginning of whatever section I'm in. So I need to be avoiding those as I'm moving along too, but they don't actually kill me. The tempo of the music is also changing as I progress through the level. Okay, so, I'm running into some difficulties because the save file that I have on this is already completed. Let's erase this save and do from there. It actually got to the point where I couldn't play because it was expecting input from controller number 2, and I don't have controller 2 set up. I should have erased that data earlier. That's all right. All right, one more time. Oh my goodness. Finally made it through. All right. So I'm given a shell here, and my first instinct is to shell jump. Since the sprites move in time with the beat, shell jumps are a little more difficult or different. And really what makes this shell jump difficult is having to get up above these death blocks that are alternating back and forth. There we go. First try. Now I need this spring over on the left side of the room to be able to get up to this door. And what I have to do here is kill all of these bats. The bats move in time with the music. I believe the blue bats move every other beat, and the red bats move on every beat. I need to catch that ball and chain at just the right spot. like that. Alright, so if you are familiar with Crypto the Necrodancer, at the end of the first dungeon of that game, you fight against King Konga. This is actually King Konga's music that we're listening to right now. And you can see King Konga over in the top right corner of the screen. My goal is to hit him with 3 of these throw blocks. And the music speeds up as the level goes along. Got him! Yatta! That is such a cool level. Getting something to match along with the beat like that, that takes a certain kind of wizardry to have happen, and to build a level around that, just amazing. Alright, GG. I'm going to switch over to a different game. We're going to do the RomHackRace level from last night. This was RomHackRace week 199. You like that the beat has a pause? Yeah, that's really good. Really, really good. So this is a level called Automatic Transmission, and there's a special gimmick in this level also. This little message box that we have here is gonna... Ooh, hold on. Another case where it's starting me at a checkpoint that I don't want. So let me erase this data as well. So automatic transmission, in this message box it says there's an inexplicable gimmick. Mario will change jump type between regular and spin whenever he jumps on an enemy. So I'm gonna get a big jump off of this Goomba, changing me into a spin jump, and the spiny changes me back into a regular jump. And this whole level is built around this mechanic. Because of course, this being Super Mario World, there's certain things that you can spin jump on, and certain things that you can regular jump on. And you want to make sure you have the right jump type. So ordinarily we have a, not ordinarily, but more commonly we have a special mechanic that's called motor skills, where you can change between jump types at will, and that's not the case here. Because you are forced to use a specific type of jump type at a specific spot, this is both more automatic and potentially more difficult than what you'd be able to put into a motor skills level. Yo, thank you so much for those roses. I appreciate it. And then that Goomba there is kind of a trick. Normally you would want to bop on him twice in order to get him. Get him upside down so you can pick him up and use him to break the blocks. But if I was to try to do that right away, I would end up hitting him with a spin jump and just poofing him away. So we're gonna see something cool off of that slope as well. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's my intention, is to make this interesting for new people, because I know the majority of people that are going to be watching this are not going to have the kind of history to really understand the mechanics or background for what we're seeing here. So that was actually a special type of jump there where, since I was sliding down the slope when I went into the air, it actually preserved my sliding state. Mario is incredibly powerful when he's sliding on a slope. He'll kill most enemies, including those piranhas and the spinies that I slide through. I still have the mechanic where I change my jump type active, so I need to be careful as I'm going through there. Hey Jesse, my videos have been popping up on your For You page? That's awesome. I've seen a handful of yours showing up too. So we're gonna have some cape flight right here. We still have our jump type changing active, so I'm gonna do a spin fly to get over here, except I died. So we'll give it another shot. I mentioned that we played this during the RomHack race last night. This was the first time that anybody had seen it, and we got a bunch of people together to play it all together at the same time to see who could beat it first. So, what we have here, this is just a preview pipe so I can see what's coming up ahead. There's a spiny that we have to bounce off of, and then a green Koopa stuck in a box there. And since I still have the jump type switching enabled, if I do a jump onto this spiny, it's going to change me to a spin jump, and then to regular jump, and that lets me over to the goal. And yes, I took third place last night during this. Completely blind first playthrough was just over 20 minutes. Stuck inside on vacation? That's no fun. Alright, so we're actually done with the RomHack race portion. We're going to switch on over to... We're switching over to Grand Poo World 2. And what I'd like to do is get to and refight Bowser. I'm actually going to load a save state. I was playing this last night on a TikTok live, and I got to a room with some Mecha Koopas in it, which should be where I load to. And it is. And we'll just pick up from where I left off. So these are some special Mecha Koopas. Basically, what happens with them is that they just stand up very quickly again after they get knocked down. The blue ones also jump up in the air. The green ones stay on the ground like you'd expect them to, but they move extremely fast. Alright, we've got a spike up in the top right. It's just to the left of the timer. When I get close enough to that spike, it's going to start to fall, and I need to catch it as it's falling. Just like that. I actually could have saved that once I landed on that key. I just didn't get my key jump to work. You're never going to keep them down. This jump off the spike is pretty difficult. Tub thumping. especially since the hitbox for a falling spike is a little deceptive. They are slightly higher than you would expect it to be. It's actually a pretty tough time to get onto that that green Mecha Koopa down there. The timing is actually easy, but I need to make sure that I'm standing in the right spot to make that work. So close. There's 3 on-off switches I need to throw the key up into there. Oh, man. We've had bad weather here all this past week. It alternates between being extremely stormy and gross and being extremely hot and gross. So that Mecha Koopa, he basically just he walks forward, and then every so often he turns around and starts walking towards Mario. It doesn't line up with when he gets knocked down and stands back up. So I basically need to keep ahead of him so that I don't have to rely on him possibly turning around. Right. Yeah, the weather's out to get you. Barely made it through there. Alright, so I've got another choice of what room we're gonna take. I really like the magic room, but I'm not gonna do that this time. Vines... ice. It's between ice and Thwimp. Because I've done the other paths fairly recently, and I want to do something I haven't done yet. Ice. All right, let's do ice. Okay, all right. So, I'm gonna go down one of these pipes on purpose, just so we can see what happens. So, I need to be ducking under the spikes, but I need to stand up so that I don't go down these pipes. And it's gonna be funny every time for me. There are, I think, 2 other levels in this RomHack that do the same thing with pipes, where if you accidentally go into one, it kills you in a very dramatic way like that. Okay. So what's actually happening here is after I'm shot out of that cannon at the beginning of the stage here, I have more speed than I'd normally be able to get just by running. And the way Super Mario World works, you actually, if you were to start holding right as you have this extra speed, you would actually slow down. So I need to be basically neutral on the D-pad as I'm sliding through here. And it's some tough jumps that we have to take care of over there. This is actually the first time I'm seeing this room, but it's not too bad. I knew that the pipes were going to take me to that screaming room because all of the pipes that are like this in this game end up doing that. Oh, that's a spin jump. Okay. So, it's convention in Super Mario World ROM hacks to give an indicator for what type of jump you're supposed to do. This is a very, very difficult ROM hack, so that convention is actually not followed here. So, you basically just have to know what type of jump that you're going to have to do. Alright, spin back over to the saw. It's a pretty far distance between those blocks, so I need to get, I think, as much speed as I possibly can to get over there. Spin jump. I mean, a spin jump works there, but I don't think it's what I'm supposed to do. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. The one downside to the screaming pipes is that they do restart the music, but that's okay. Ah, not quite as fast as I can possibly go. Yeah, it's so good. Okay. Yeah, this set of rooms that we're dealing with right now, compared to the rest of the game, these are really on the tame side, as far as difficulty goes. Gotta be really careful with your speed getting up there. Once I get through this set of rooms, though, we're gonna go on to the Bowser fight, which is incredibly difficult. Okay, I'm gonna break 3 of those blocks and then grab the key. Okay, and I'm taking the key and throwing it up into the block that holds that saw. I'm actually not sure what I need the saw for, but I'm sure it's something. I should not have spin jumped there, but it worked out. Oh, in the door, thank goodness. That was pretty tough. All right, and actually, I dropped that key by accident in the middle of that section. Got really lucky that I was able to pick it back up. This is the last section that we have before Bowser. I'm gonna take this shell, we're gonna hit the block with it, and then I'm gonna bounce off the shell. Well, the plan was to hit the block. Why doesn't the checkpoint give me a mushroom? This is a Kaizo RomHack, and the checkpoints have the ability to give you mushrooms if the creator decides to do that. Most of the time, they choose not to, simply because their level design is based around you staying as Small Mario. So most of the time when you see checkpoints, they are not going to be giving you power-ups. It would be very unusual for a Kaizo hack to have a section that allows you to take unintentional damage. So even if I were to get a mushroom, it probably wouldn't do anything for me. Like you can see this jump that we have to do, not right here, but there's one I have to jump underneath some spikes. If I was Super Mario with a mushroom, I would be too high for that jump to be possible without taking damage. Love that section. And I have to pull back there to avoid hitting that fish. You want to learn lunar magic? I think there's publicly available farm animals that you can use for stuff like that. Thank you, Snick Tech. That means a lot. So this is the final level. We have a pipe here that we can go back into if we want to start the level over from the beginning. There's a door here that leads to the bad ending of the game, which I've not actually gone through this door and fought this boss. We're going to be ignoring this door because that's the less fun fight. This wall right here is a false wall. The only way that you're going to know that this is a false wall is if you explore. So we're going to go through this false wall. We come out the other side, and we're allowed to go up into this pipe. Now this pipe leads us to this area right here. Again, we've got a pipe that lets you go back to the start of the level if you don't have all of these switch palaces active. The yellow switch palace, the red switch palace, the yellow and red switch palaces, they are just secret levels that you find going through the rest of the game. The blue switch palace is different. It has a puzzle that you actually have to solve outside of the game in order to find the correct solution to get into it. It's really complicated, and there's a lot of work that you have to go through to even get here. You want to see the bad ending? The bad ending is very, very disappointing. It's very bad. It would also be a long boss fight that I'd have to go through to see it. Maybe we'll do that some other day, but for right now, we're gonna go into fight Bowser here. There's a secret mushroom. What? Messed up my timer, but that's okay. So this is Grand Pooh World 2 Bowser. Grand Pooh World 2 Bowser takes 8 hits to destroy. and he's fairly difficult. He's got a set pattern of attacks that he can use, and I'm trying to avoid him and collect objects to throw at him to do damage. What I'm really trying to do here is make sure that I'm able to do as much damage to Bowser in the first phase as possible. Bowser actually has 3 different phases. He gets more difficult as the fight goes on. Once you hit him 3 times, he switches into the second phase. So what I'm trying to do is, instead of getting 3 hits, I'm trying to get 4 hits right away. And I do that by collecting and holding on to extra items for doing damage to him. So that's 2 hits right there. I just think it's extremely funny how many people are telling me where the mushroom is, as though I don't know exactly where the mushroom is. I have spent probably 12 hours of my life doing this boss fight. And the idea that TikTok chat would know more about it than I do is kind of funny to me. I did get a haircut, actually. Yeah, it's all good. Literally, the reason why I wasn't saying anything is because I thought it was hilarious. This is actually something that I did during my first playthrough as well, was practice doing this fight without having the mushroom, so that I could get used to not having the crutch of an extra bit of damage. Yeah, if I'm holding that throw block as I land on the shell, they will collide with each other and I will be able to keep neither of them. So, technically, yes, I do have to have the block out of my hand in order to jump off of that shell. I can survive jumping on it with the throw block still in my hand. It's just not going to do me any good at that point. So this fight is also pretty heavily based in RNG. You can win from any set of moves that he does. There are some that make it easier. So like right now he's going to throw his shell. I don't want him to throw the shell or start doing the spin attack while he is in the middle of the room. And he only gets into the middle of the room after the ground pound attack or the shell spin. I can spin jump off of Bowser. I'm gonna collect the mushroom for a little bit just to get into phase 2. And I'm holding off on what would be a pretty easy throw to get that third hit, because I don't want to get just 3 hits. I want to have 4 hits to get Bowser into the second phase. Well, that was 3 hits. He's in phase 2 now. So he starts doing a separate set of attacks. Missed him. This spin attack is faster, and he travels further as he's doing it. The hammer attack is pretty difficult to avoid. That was 5 hits. We're gonna go back to not using the mushroom. It is 8 hits to destroy Bowser. After I get that 8th hit, I also have to survive. So anything that he still has active in the room at that time. 6 hits. I have to dodge around anything that's still alive. It does destroy the extra items, but it doesn't happen right away. That was another 6 hits, and that was without the mushroom. So I think if I take the mushroom consistently, I probably have a pretty good shot of beating him. Let me go ahead and turn this on here real quick. Yeah, the first time I beat this Bowser, it was 8 hours. I beat him again pretty recently, and it took about 2 hours for me to beat. I really should be avoiding that mushroom. Yeah, 8 hours is pretty good time for a first Bowser fight. That's 4 hits. I got stunned. You can grab the block from the side. It's difficult to do, though, because it's moving pretty fast. Dang it. Right? Like I just walk into him. or like that, where I force him to fall on me. It's kind of ironic. Him jumping across the stage is actually one of the more common things for me to get hit by. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Yes, Bowser has what the kids call mad hops. I actually usually don't like to hit him as he's doing his ground pound, because he still falls and he does the ground quake to stun you as he's falling. Except in cases like that, where I can make it look really cool by hitting him twice as he ground pounds. Four hits. I'm actually trying not to grab the mushroom, and I'm failing at that pretty bad. Oh my goodness. I was really expecting that block to hit him before he had the chance to move. See, this is a pattern that I don't like because of where Bowser stops at the end of his spinning attack. I like him to stop sort of in the middle of the level instead of all the way on the side like that. Tough. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Well, he said he's coming back. Two hits. That's four hits. I did just buy replacement parts for my controller. Just from normal wear and tear. I I got really lucky with that first hammer and I just walked straight into it. Thank you for the follow again, I appreciate it. Have I beat it without the mushroom? No, I haven't. I mean, what mushroom? I have a really bad habit of doing that, spinning off of Bowser straight up into the rocks. The rocks are actually pretty easy to avoid because they always fall down from one of two very specific spots. I'm just not paying attention to it. There's a lot to keep track of during this fight. I cannot believe he just jumped on my head like that. Well, I have only been doing this fight for, at this point, 17 minutes. I'd like to think you wouldn't destroy your controller before you even start. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Get wrecked, Bowser. 2 hits. Four. Hammer. I've spent in total on TikTok, I think 4 hours fighting Bowser. And I've had 1 victory so far. Yeah, I came really, really close to a one-shot. Literally, first try, I got up to 7 hits. And I think I had 6 hits with the mushroom still. That would have been wild to see. My goodness, Bowser. He was trying to give me all of the ammunition. So I want to try to keep him out of the 3rd phase a lot so that I can avoid things like that where the fire is falling on me. Let's see. So the reason I do the double shots is to keep him in the easier phases longer. Bowser changes phase at 3 hits and 5 hits. So if I'm able to get 4 hits, he is in the 2nd phase for a shorter period of time than if I go and do hit number 3 and then later hit number 4. So the double hits are strategic. I really want to keep him out of phase 3 because I don't feel like I'm very capable of surviving in phase 3 without taking damage. Yeah, the RNG is, it's a factor. It's not the biggest factor, because technically you can win with any pattern. It's just some are easier than others. Four hits. I thought I'd be able to stop him from shooting his fire. So the very first phase, he has a total of 4 attacks that he does. He picks those in a random order. And then he does the ground pound attack. Not the ground pound. The walls, where he sends the walls at you. If he's already done 3 of his possible 4 attacks, I know what the next one is going to be. Also, while I'm in the room with him, he's always going to do those attacks in the same order. He resets when I leave the room by dying. So I can know in advance what some of the attacks are going to be. A mushroom? I don't know about that. Welcome in, Michelle Jones. So to explain what's going on here, this is the boss fight that happens at the end of a very, very difficult RomHack. Bowser here normally takes several hours to be able to beat for the first time. He's very difficult. A mushroom? If there was a mushroom, I think I would know about the mushroom. He's gonna throw a shell now. Whoops. If I just survive the rock. Lord Hoyle, thank you so much. Ugh. It was like 2 minutes straight and I decided not to acknowledge it, and it was the most hilarious thing ever, Dobbs. Just orb glitch? That's a good idea. It's actually funny, orb glitch is actually not possible in this. Even if you had the right circumstances to get Yoshi to eat a chuck in the way that's required for orb glitch to happen, it still wouldn't work because the reserve box is disabled. So you wouldn't be able to hold on to it to use anywhere else. Fire and then a shell. So another thing that I know in advance is that Bowser only decides to jump to the side of the screen in the first phase when he's either getting ready to spit fire or when he is starting to send walls at me. So I know if he moves to the side of the screen, one of those 2 attacks is coming, and I know I know which one it's going to be based on the number of attacks he's done. You have to get the rings to make Sonic go faster. So I'm not well versed in 3D Sonic. Is that true? Does Sonic actually go faster if you get more rings? That was 3 hits. That's not what I want to do. throw a banana. I actually really enjoy the wrong backseating. That's the best thing I could ask for. I'm gonna let that wall go past, because I know that Bowser's gonna give me a shell right away here. That was 4 hits. That was 5. I did a 5th hit early, but that's alright. Switch to your sidearm. Put your points into strength. Isn't there a mushroom? I think I would know about the mushroom if there was one. My goodness. Yo, thank you, Steph. I appreciate it. Oh, I got that by reflex. Hold on, pretend I didn't get this. Guys, I don't think there's a mushroom. Did you know there's a Bowser? Watch out, touching Bowser will hurt you. Oh my goodness. I got greedy. Went for the double hit. Dance Dance Revolution. Yes, it's Dance Dance Revolution Mario Edition, which is actually a real thing. He changes colors at 3 hits and then 5 hits. And he starts doing different attacks when that happens. Different and more difficult to avoid attacks, so I try to keep him in the lower phases as long as I possibly can. Which means doing double hits. That's 4. 5, which is not what I wanted to do right then. 6. Once he gets into this 3rd phase, though, my strategy changes and I just start trying to hit him as fast as I possibly can, because I get no benefit from double hits at that point. Yeah, that 3rd phase is very, very hard to survive in. Because he opens up more difficult versions of the attacks that he was already doing. And he also drops fire randomly around the stage that I have to now avoid. Why no mushroom? I think I would know if there was a mushroom. Why, that would make this fight easy. This is a weird version of Nintendogs. Strangest walk I've ever taken my dog on. Two hits. 4. 5. That fire that he summons around the stage is one of the hardest things for me to avoid. It's probably tied with the hammer for number of times it's killed me versus number of times I've seen it. 2. You guys keep saying there's a mushroom. I think I would know about a mushroom if there was one. 4 hits. I couldn't. I really should not have gone for that that block. If he was still in phase 1, I could have beaten him to it. But phase 2 means he travels faster in the spinning shell, and it's just too fast for me to get past him. 2 hits. Four. So that's the phase 2 version of that fire attack. That's pretty easy to avoid, but in phase 3, it moves randomly down and to either the left or the right, and you don't know which way it's moving until it already starts. That was 5 hits. 6, 7. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was 8. You guys, I just beat it without the mushroom. Who needs a mushroom? I don't think there is one. Oh, wow. The internet is also great at giving people advice when those people definitely do not need that advice. All right. We even saved Yoshi so that I could throw him off the boat. It's my mushroom. Hey, there's the mushroom you guys were talking about. Yes, I did beat Bowser. I also did it without taking a mushroom. That's okay. Yoshi's going to live on a farm upstate. Well, that was a pretty quick Bowser fight. Just 35 minutes? Or even less, actually, because I had to do the escape also. All right, let me think here. what else would be cool to show off? Because I've done the RomHackRace stuff today. We beat Bowser. No, I think I might actually call it there, because that was a pretty cool accomplishment, beating Bowser without taking the mushroom. Here's Toad. Thank you for those kisses. All right. Thank you guys for coming by to hang out. We're gonna go ahead and just stop here. And I appreciate everybody for coming by and telling me where the mushroom was. That really helped a lot. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.
It's over!